The latest twists in The Bold and the Beautiful bring a wave of intense drama, betrayal, and complex relationships that are bound to keep fans on the edge of their seats. The intertwined lives of Deacon, Sheila, Will, and Luna have now reached a boiling point, and the choices they make in the coming weeks will have lasting consequences for everyone involved. From Sheila's dark secrets to Luna's shocking revelation, the stakes have never been higher for the characters in this gripping soap opera. The drama kicks off when Deacon Sean Kanan uncovers a devastating truth. Sheila Carter Kimberlin Brown has been keeping a significant secret from him, Luna. The daughter of Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and Sheila's estranged child, is still alive. This revelation hits Deacon hard, leaving him angry and betrayed. Sheila, who has long been known for her manipulation and deceit, has been hiding Luna's existence. And now Deacon must confront the reality that the woman he's been involved with has lied to him on such a monumental scale. The news shakes Deacon to his core. He's been through his own share of emotional turmoil, and now he's forced to question everything he thought he knew about Sheila. Sheila, ever the master manipulator, tries to explain herself, but her justifications fall on deaf ears. Deacon's anger is palpable, and it's clear that the bond between him and Sheila is now fractured. But the revelations don't stop there. As Deacon's suspicions continue to grow, he uncovers an even more disturbing secret. Sheila hasn't just been hiding Luna's survival, she has also been concealing a much darker truth. Luna, now pregnant, has been involved in a traumatic incident with Will Spencer crew Morrow. Sheila's protective instincts kick in, and she insists that Will's involvement with Luna was more complicated than it seemed, but the damage has already been done. Deacon is furious, feeling betrayed not only by Sheila's deception, but by the very nature of the secret she has been keeping. The impact of Sheila's secrets extends far beyond Deacon's immediate feelings. The ripple effect of these revelations reaches far into the lives of the Forrester and Spencer families, with far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. As Deacon grapples with his emotions, he begins to question whether he can continue his relationship with Sheila, especially knowing the full extent of her manipulation. He has been hurt before, but this betrayal cuts deeper than any of the ones he's experienced in the past. Sheila's actions have once again thrown his life into chaos, and he must now determine whether their relationship is worth salvaging or if it's better to walk away before he is dragged even further into her web of lies. Meanwhile, the secrets surrounding Luna's pregnancy and the trauma she has endured with Will are slowly starting to make their way into the public eye. Poppy, who remains unaware of the truth, Lee, and Sheila have all kept Luna's circumstances under wraps, but it won't be long before someone else finds out. The tension rises as Poppy, who has always been a loving and protective figure, begins to sense that something is amiss. She doesn't know the full truth, but she can't shake the feeling that Luna is hiding something significant. As the layers of secrecy begin to peel away, Poppy's reaction will be one of shock and devastation. The truth about Luna's pregnancy and the trauma she experienced is bound to have a profound impact on Poppy. She is torn between protecting her daughter and coming to terms with the consequences of the choices that have been made. But the drama doesn't stop there. Will Spencer Don Diamond, always a man of action, enters the picture. Bill's involvement in Luna's life is far more complicated than anyone realizes, especially considering that he was the one who helped get Luna out of jail. However, as Luna's past continues to unravel, Bill finds himself caught in a moral quandary. He feels a deep sense of responsibility toward Luna, but his anger toward Sheila and the harm she's caused is growing. His feelings toward Luna are complicated, wants to protect her, but at the same time, he can't help but be enraged by the choices she's made and the situation she's in. Bill's response to the news of Luna's pregnancy will be one of fury. He blames Sheila for the turmoil in Luna's life, and his wrath is only exacerbated by the fact that Sheila kept such a significant secret from him. His anger reaches a boiling point, leading to a tense confrontation between him and Sheila. Bill's words to Sheila cut to the heart of the matter. "You should have let her die, Sheila. It would have spared me all of this trouble." His disdain for Sheila and the pain he feels for Luna are evident in every word he says. Bill's anger is not only about the secret Sheila has been keeping, but also about the impact it's had on the people he loves. His emotional turmoil grows as he wrestles with what to do next. He wants to protect Luna, but he also wants to hold Sheila accountable for the role she has played in the chaos surrounding Luna's life. This conflict leaves Bill in a difficult position, trapped between his desire to do the right thing and his deep hatred for the woman who has caused so much pain for his family. As Poppy learns the truth about Luna's pregnancy and the traumatic events that have unfolded, she faces a tough choice. Will she protect her daughter? Or will she fall in line with Bill's plan to try and force Luna to make a decision about the pregnancy? The idea of pressuring Luna to have an abortion will be a contentious one. Poppy, who has always been fiercely protective of her daughter, may find herself torn between her love for Luna and her desire to see Bill's anger quelled. The tension between protecting Luna's rights and supporting Bill's emotional state will create a volatile situation, with each character making choices that will have lasting consequences. At the same time, Sheila finds herself on the defensive as she tries to justify her actions to both Deacon and Bill. But no matter how hard she tries, she can't escape the fact that her lies and manipulations have caught up with her. The relationship between Deacon and Sheila, once marked by passion and deceit, is now in jeopardy. Sheila's actions have created a rift between them that may be impossible to mend. Deacon, who once believed in Sheila's ability to love and change, is now questioning everything about their relationship. Can he really trust her again? Is there any way for their bond to survive the storm she's unleashed? The complex relationships between these characters, Deacon, Sheila, Will, Luna, Poppy, Bill, are at the heart of the unfolding drama. As the secrets come to light, the emotional stakes are raised, and the actions of each character will have far-reaching consequences. Deacon's anger toward Sheila is only the beginning, and the tension between them will continue to build as they navigate the aftermath of their betrayal. The tension between Bill and Sheila, fueled by anger and a deep sense of betrayal, will only escalate. And as Poppy learns the truth, she will have to decide where her loyalties lie, with her daughter or with Bill. The questions that remain unanswered are many. Can Deacon and Sheila salvage their relationship, or is their love doomed from the start? Will Bill ever accept responsibility for the role he played in Luna's troubles, or will his anger continue to cloud his judgment? Can Poppy protect her daughter, or will she be forced to make difficult decisions that will affect Luna's future? And most importantly, how will Luna deal with the burden of carrying a child under such complicated circumstances? As these characters struggle with their emotions, the stakes continue to rise, and the drama of the bold and the beautiful keeps audiences captivated, eagerly awaiting the next twist in this tangled web of love, betrayal, and family secrets. The intricate drama of the bold and the beautiful unfolds with ever-growing tension as Luna's shocking collapse sets off a series of events that will reverberate through the lives of the Spencer and Forrester families. Bill Spencer Don Diamont finds himself in a precarious situation after Luna's sudden and alarming fainting spell at his mansion. The severity of her condition forces Bill to act quickly, and in a panic, he rushes her to the hospital, hoping for a swift diagnosis and treatment. But as the situation unravels, things become more complicated and trust issues begin to take center stage. With Finn Tanner Novlan at the helm of Luna's care, the drama escalates, and his suspicions about Luna's intentions create an unpredictable, high-stakes situation. Luna, still in the early stages of her pregnancy, arrives at the hospital severely weakened. The doctors quickly determine that her malnutrition has taken a significant toll on her health, leaving her in a critical state. However, Luna's condition is not the only concern for the medical team. Despite the immediate physical issues at hand, Finn cannot shake the growing doubts he has about Luna's motives. The pregnancy, still in its early weeks, raises questions, and Finn's sharp medical instincts drive him to suspect that Luna is hiding something more sinister behind her health problems. His doubts are not unfounded. Luna's sudden collapse and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her situation feel off to him. Finn begins to wonder whether Luna is using the pregnancy to manipulate those around her, particularly Bill. As Luna lies in a hospital bed, Finn struggles with his professional obligation to care for her and his mounting suspicion that her actions may be part of a larger scheme. He knows that Luna's condition is dire and that the right medical intervention could save her, but there's an underlying unease he can't shake. He questions the authenticity of Luna's pregnancy and whether she is truly as vulnerable as she appears. Finn believes that Luna could be using the pregnancy to create chaos in Bill's life, leveraging the unborn child to manipulate him or gain sympathy. It's this belief that leads Finn to a controversial decision that will change the course of Luna's life and possibly have lasting effects on the Spencer and Forrester families. After a tense period of contemplation, Finn decides that the only way to stop Luna from causing further harm is to perform an abortion. He justifies this drastic step by reasoning that removing the baby is the only way to protect Bill and prevent Luna from using the pregnancy as a tool of manipulation. Finn sees the unborn child not as an innocent life, but as a potential weapon in Luna's arsenal. His determination to take action is fueled by the belief that Luna's actions could lead to more harm, especially given the tensions between Bill, Luna, and the rest of the family. Finn's decision to proceed with the surgery sets the stage for an ethical and emotional conflict that will test his principles, his relationship with others, and his commitment to his role as a physician. As Finn prepares to carry out the procedure, the emotional weight of his decision grows heavier. He knows the risks involved in it, just the physical risks to Luna, but the moral implications of his actions. Finn is a doctor who has always prided himself on his ability to save lives, not take them. But in this situation, he finds himself at a crossroads, questioning whether his intervention is truly the right course of action. His suspicions about Luna's motives cloud his judgment, and he becomes increasingly convinced that removing the child is the only way to protect Bill and his family from the turmoil Luna could cause. The pressure to make a decision weighs on him, and he starts to lose sight of the human element of the situation, focusing solely on the perceived threat Luna represents. Bill, on the other hand, is in a state of turmoil himself. He feels responsible for Luna's condition, especially given the role he played in getting her out of jail and bringing her into his home. He never expected things to escalate to this point, but now that they have, he is forced to grapple with the consequences of his actions. As Luna's health worsens, Bill becomes desperate to find a solution. He trusts Finn's medical expertise, but he is unaware of the full extent of Finn's suspicions and the drastic measures he is considering. Bill is caught in a tug-of-war between his sense of responsibility toward Luna and his desire to protect his family. His confusion grows as he watches Finn's increasingly intense focus on Luna's pregnancy and the way he is treating the situation. Bill's anxiety about Luna's condition only deepens when he begins to sense that something isn't quite right with Finn's approach. The fact that Finn is so determined to act without fully consulting him raises alarm bells for Bill, and he starts to question whether Finn's decision is motivated by personal feelings rather than medical necessity. Luna, still weak and in critical condition, remains largely unaware of the turmoil brewing around her. She is in no state to defend herself against the actions being taken, and the isolation she feels only compounds the stress of her situation. However, Luna's past actions and the secrets she has kept from everyone around her cast a long shadow over her current predicament. There are still many unanswered questions about Luna's true intentions and whether she has been entirely forthcoming with those around her. The fact that she was involved in a traumatic and complex situation with Will Spencer Crumaro raises further doubts about her motives. While she appears vulnerable, Luna's past suggests that she may have a hidden agenda. This suspicion lingers in the minds of many, including Finn, who struggles to reconcile his professional obligations with his growing conviction that Luna is not the victim she claims to be. As Finn prepares to carry out the procedure, the stakes grow even higher. The decision to terminate the pregnancy is not just about Luna's health. It's about power, control, and the shifting dynamics between Finn, Bill, and Luna. The abortion is presented as a way to stop Luna from manipulating Bill and his family, but the ethical questions surrounding it remain unresolved. Finn's decision will undoubtedly affect his relationships with both Bill and Steffi Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and it may irrevocably change his role within the Forrester family. The dramatic tension surrounding this storyline is heightened by the personal stakes involved, as Finn's sense of duty and his growing suspicions clash with his moral compass. In the aftermath of the procedure, the consequences of Finn's actions will become clear. Bill's reaction to the news will be crucial. Will he stand by Finn's decision, believing it was the right course of action? Or will he turn against him for taking such a drastic step without his consent? Bill's complicated relationship with Luna is already fraught with tension, and now, with Finn's intervention, the rift between them is likely to widen. As for Luna, the fallout from Finn's decision will be life-changing. Her journey is far from over, and her attempts to manipulate those around her may ultimately backfire. With so many secrets still lurking beneath the surface, the future of these characters remains uncertain, and the drama is sure to continue unfolding in the most unexpected ways. The question that remains is whether Finn's actions will ultimately save the Forrester and Spencer families from further turmoil, or if they will only deepen the rift between everyone involved. The ethical and emotional dilemmas at play here are not easily resolved, and as the story continues to develop, the consequences of each decision will reverberate for a long time to come. The tension between personal desires, moral responsibility, and the well-being of those involved will continue to drive the drama forward, with every character facing difficult choices that will define their futures. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to explore these complex and deeply human stories, one thing is clear: nothing is ever as simple as it seems. And the lines between right and wrong are often blurred in the world of this iconic soap opera.